Hey, what's up? So today we are going to play some €5 nitros on Winamax. Going to play 2 tables and first hand a7 off. I should see people open jamming this hand. I think even GTO wise it's not an open jam, so I prefer to just simply raise fold this hand. Yeah, going for a fold, and here you see on the right side, very important, immediately marking this player as a recreational. King deuce off, not going to call, and also marking this player as a recreational because recreations just don't do, regulars just don't open raise this size. Pocket sixes, GTO should be a raise call, but I prefer to go for an open jam, especially with the big blind being recreation. I think it performs better as an open jam. Basically, mainly because of the donks from our opponent. And then with pocket sixes, we just face a lot of like 2 overcard kind of boards, and then facing a donk doesn't play too well. If the small blind would be a player with a high rejamming frequency, then I would definitely prefer to go for a raise call. And here we go for 3 streets of value. The 4 is not a great card. I would actually bet fold on this card. Okay, so on the river, should we check and call or should we jam? I think I prefer to jam because he's not going to fold any 7x or 5x here on the river, I think. And there are not too many busted draws actually, like 8, 9 is there. And yeah, a couple of these, but not too many. And I just think that actually 7x and 5x could check back with a high frequency. So yeah, I definitely prefer to jam myself here. Yeah, and this fold 1.3 big blinds. There's one behind. Like I go all in with every hand that I can jam profitably, basically. There, maybe skipping a couple of like suited ones that are like pretty close open jams, because they won't perform too well because I still need to win against this player. Here I'm going to ISO jam a lot in the pot. This player can still fold. He's like kind of tight, but still, okay, nice. Can also limp and call with the 10 deuce suited. Yeah, so every ace x is a jam, every king x as well. Just take a look at charts, then you'll have a very good clue what to jam there. King 10 off, easy open jam. Here as well, like he's slipping very fast. King 3 off, I jam this in 8 out of 9 times. Very rarely that I'm not going to ISO jam this hand at 8 big blinds. So only occasions where I actually am tight is when people limping under like 6 big blinds or like 6.5 and below. 9-5 off is GTO fold, but I still try. No real reads against this opponent. This looks for me like a triple barrel spot. Queen 3 suited. I still prefer to limp a lot and not man raise too much, and this is a good spot to c-bet. Yeah, this player has a relatively low ISO, so I still keep doing that. Yeah, now I go for 3 streets of value. Is bet, or is it check, call, check, call? I mean, we can actually go and check and induce a couple of bluffs here from our opponent. Going for a bet, check, bet is fine as well then, right? Okay, here I'm going to check 5-3-3. He can easily have 5. He can have a better 3. He can have now straights. So I like this line. And here on the river, I go for 75%. I think it's a good size, or just half pot. I think 75% has quite a lot of fold equity actually. And here I'm going to fold. Very hard to actually have to have a lot of bluffs here, and so easy to have stronger value hands. 5 deuce is a fold. King deuce suited should be a jam. I'm going to jam this hand. I think it's a close not jam, but it's okay. I just need to fold like 1% more, then it's already good. Yeah, this is what I mean. This looks so suspicious, right? And he has a low VPIP. He didn't limp anything. Like, this is so weird. I kind of want to... let's not go super crazy, but I think he very often just has a very strong hand here. Okay, now he's folding. So that's why I'm still jamming. But with a couple of reads, I would consider checking this back. Okay, let's fold. It's a fish, that's not a call at the stack depth for sure. Is there something better than jamming a3 and getting called by 7-6? Okay. Pretty standard. Yeah, queen 10 suited and just open jamming. A3 off against recreationals. I might open jam or limp, but this is a regular. So going to fold. Wow. Okay. Getting a walk here as well. 10-4 is. I mean, it's 4 big blinds. I think open jam is fine. Even if it would be like 4.2, I actually don't have the nest shots here open or anything. So I might do. I'm like making quite a lot of like Nash mistakes actually, like super short. I don't have them learned by heart. I play there a lot by feeling, but I think it's also fine because I still need to use my brain, right? I think it's actually not that bad to not knowing the exact situation all the time, because you need to start using your brain, and then you can make some like exploits with like looser open jamming, etc. I mean, you should know it like kind of roughly, because otherwise you don't know like the baseline. So I know it like plus minus one or maybe 2 big blinds. Some hands I'm like maybe a little bit unsure, but I usually have a pretty good clue if I can jam this exploitably or not against the population. Okay, so 3 checks. Question is the 7 good enough for a bet? I think an 8x would actually bet very often. I do some kind of weird like block betty thing here. And now on the river I'm going for a bet and fold with a relatively big size. I think like flush is possible. Quite a lot of draws are possible, but I think when we are 3-handed, they are not really going to bluff. So heads up, I might go for a check or something, but here 3-way, I'm just going to bet myself. Queen deuce suited should be a call GTO wise. Kind of think exploitably is probably better to fold. Against the 3x, definitely folding. It's very close. Let's take a look at the flop. Yeah, I'm not going to probe. Like, I don't know if this is a rec or a fish. Like, if it's a rec, I'm definitely not probing. If it's a fish, I can, but then it still looks kind of suspicious. I mean, not necessarily, because fish just, if they don't have anything, then they usually just check a lot even, but fish also don't ISO. So like they have a stronger ISO range, right? And then, yeah, so here's the fish as well. Queen 7 suited, definitely not a call. So the blinds, where are the blinds? The blinds are 20-40. I think if it would be 30-60, I might open jam this hand, but here I tried to limp. Even at 5.6 big blinds, it's still good enough to throw in limps. Definitely have a limping range. I think both options are fine. Going for delays or bad, delays or C bets. I think against recreationals even it's fine. Both options are fine. Here definitely going for bet. If he's a recreational, then he will fold a lot or call a lot and fold to a river bet, and then now I don't need to bet big because I just want to fold out like just hard hands, and I don't expect him to fold a pair also against a 2.5 BB bet or something, right? So yeah, but against regulars I actually don't like it. I play usually one and done. Yeah. Okay, so he ISO jammed 2 out of 2 times. Question is, can I open jam this hand? A3 off is like probably borderline hand that I'm not going to do. The open jam. I mean, probably HSC work would be fine. Maybe A3 off is even strong enough. Okay, look, he folded 3 out of 3 times. I think he's probably then also open, like folding too much to open jams. Then 9-4 off should be good enough. Okay, nice. Queen 5 off. I'm going to fold. 10-5 off. Again, I just think he's a regular, and then at over 7 big blinds, I'm not going to do that. This limp looks kind of strong, but king 10 is strong enough. He can have like queen 10 or something as well. Like he can play hands like this, like that. I think it's still a mandatory ISO jam. Queen deuce off. Yeah, it's GTO definitely an open jam, and then I can open jam against a tight player as well, especially when the blinds are now 40-80. I think like the higher the blinds, the more I'm going for open jams. Okay, so this is weird. If he's going to check again, I think on this board structure he probably won't have many hands that can handle a bad 1.5 pp and then jam river. So I'm definitely going to delay bet there, even with like total trash. 8 to solve. Let's fold it against the potential regular. 9 to suited. Fold. Pocket sevens. This short is an open jam. 8-3 suited. I think 4.7 is still a fold. Pocket sevens again. Flip in and win in. 4-6 off. Nice. Getting a walk. 8 deuce. 2.6 big blinds. So I think we both had a lot of trashy hands, which is good for us. Okay, I missed what was happening here. King 10 trips against. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. So this is this is not good. Usually I pay a lot of attention when I'm playing like on my own, but when you doing live play like this, it's always a little bit of a different story. So I might even misplay some hands totally and don't even recognize it. But I give my best. So he seems to be very aggressive, min raising, open jamming, ISO jamming. So I'm definitely going to cut a little bit already. And not going to limp hands. Like this might be a limp against some recreations, but against this aggressive player, definitely just jamming. Yeah, like we can't give him the last act, basically, right? So we need to act last. With going all in, then they usually play kind of honest. But when we limp, they will ISO jam a lot and open jam. I mean, this still might be variance. Now he folded a hand. 6-7 off is such a low EV with the open jam that I still try. Okay, so 1 out of 1. We can still try. 5 deuce off, not folding here against an unknown player. Snap check. Snap check means that he doesn't has anything here on this board. At least nothing that can handle 3 barrels. So I'm just going for it here, I think. Yeah, the king is actually not such a bad card. I'm just going to bet again and bet and jam the river. Like it will be scary. I think he will just be scared of. Like snap check is never is usually not yeah, like not the king. And then actually the trips might make him a little bit fearful. Yeah, so he's a recreational, pretty sure. And this guy doesn't seem as aggressive as I thought in the beginning, right? But that's fine. Like if someone is super aggressive first 3 hands, then the probability that he's very aggro is very high, and you should make first adaptions. But then if you see that he's actually not that aggressive, then you can readapt, right? So nothing is set in stone here. I'm just calling, not rejamming, because I don't know his tendencies. Do 3 off. I'm just going to fold. That's pretty close. Like against recreations, it actually might be just a simple fold. We are also not really deep. It looks actually pretty raggy, this size. So let's change this to something like this. If it goes check check, I'm going to jam the river, I think. Like I have a lot of value hands, and then this is one of the like rare bluffing hands I would have. And like with the jam, you just put the most pressure on him, and it will work a ton. 6-3 off. Yeah, he didn't ISO, but he also didn't fold to c-bet. It's kind of close because he snap checked last time. It's probably good. It's probably a good limp. Jack 7 suited. He has 6. He has 8. That's pretty close as well. Let's go for an open jam. Might actually not be an open jam. Okay, 6-7 suited. Jack 9. I'm going to jam this hand. Yeah, like this is a good run, right? So you're jamming Jack 7, you're getting called by 6s, and you're flipping. Okay, so he's still limping. Against some players, I would ISO jam because I think they'll just fold. But he has also now a low VPIP, so I'm going to play it like this. And Yeah, like if he's betting big, I'm just folding here right away because I don't know his range. It might be trappy range, it might be full of shit range, but he folded 1 out of 1. He didn't donk, and his overall aggression doesn't seem too big. So I just try to go to the showdown, not betting myself on the 8. 8 is not like the best card, and I don't expect him to bet a lot on the 8 if he doesn't bet on the flop. Okay. Yeah, I'm just check folding here on the river. Yeah, against this size anyways. Not even thinking about it. Sometimes I like to not think about hands, just to not talk myself into it. Like like sometimes you will make up, like you can justify everything. You can justify everything if you just want to, right? If you want to call, your brain will tell you what kind of hands you can have, etc. And then sometimes it just isn't logical, it's just emotional, and I think they're just like a very clear fold. Here I'm going to raise and make it 2 streets. This is not a good card. Yeah, I'm still in, right? He can have queen deuce easy. He can have 10-9 easy, flush draws, etc. So definitely not folding. If he would have checked, I would go for a check back and snap call and call river. Yeah, or something like this. So if you fold, queen 8 here, you're definitely making a mistake. Look, he had 0% equity. It would be a huge mistake to fold this hand, and I see folds like this. I think that's a fold. I mean, we have a little bit additional pot equity, but I think our equity realization, like winning against him and then against both players, etc., it just won't happen often enough. That's sick. Look what he called against our raise. Okay, definitely limping. So if you are in the habit of holding these hands, please don't. Like watch see those heads up small blind maximize bottom range videos, or like it's like you're making like 13 chips or something with a limp like this. I think, yeah, strong enough even against recreations to just rejam. You can have Jack 10, etc. If he has Ace 4, then Ace Queen, yeah, whatever. I mean, just calling is fine against some specific opponents where I think, yeah, his range is really nutted, but recreations ranges are not really nutted. He can have King 8 off and raise call, etc. So definitely going for a rejam. Pocket threes, ISO jam. So he min raised ace queen, that makes his limping range way weaker. He's still calling against an ISO jam. Yeah, against players like this, we should make a couple of adaptations. So we should, yeah, prefer high cards because he'll just call weird hands. So the question is bet check snap or check back. Yeah, I don't like. I mean, it's 4.5 big blinds deep, so I just try to go the showdown. I don't think we have even 1 street of value here, to be honest. Fish don't bluff like this, so I mean, they might bluff, but they might bluff better hands. That's the problem here. It was a pretty fast bet also, so pretty fast bets are usually less bluff heavy. Yeah, limping. Doesn't let me see a flop. Okay, I like that hand. Hey, let's just go for an ISO jam. He called me with, yeah, wow. I mean, limp calls ISO all in 9-5 off. Yeah, okay. It was too. If you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, let me know in my channel, Darian Coaching channel, and see you soon. Bye bye.